Rabotai, we are still in Galut. The Jewish nation as a whole is still in Galut. We're still in exile amongst the Goyim. As a reminder to that, on the 20th of November, New York State passed a new law aimed specifically at the Jewish schools, at the Orthodox schools, at the haredi schools. It also generalized at all private schools and other religious schools, but the idea was to aim this at the Jewish schools, that they should have 32 hours of English studies, of secular studies in the yeshiva. We only have 4 days of English studies, 4 full days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, Erev Shabbat, Sunday is a half a day. So that means 8 hours a day of secular studies, leaving no time to study Torah. The cause of this, forget about all the repercussions that they're trying to threaten to not, if anybody in the schools that don't comply, they're going to have different inspectors come in on a regular basis to make sure that all the schools are going to comply, and if anybody doesn't, then they're going to lose their meals, and all the different, the small government aid that we already are receiving right now, they will take away. And then, on top of that, any parent that will continue sending their child to school after 30 or 45 days, between 30 and 45 days, theoretically can be arrested. Chalila v'chas. We recently had celebrated Chag Chanukah. Chanukah was a battle with the Hashmonaim against the Yevanim, and the battle was a philosophical battle. Yes, they fought, they had a physical war, but the Yevanim were trying to get inside the homes of the Jewish nation, and they did. They got inside, and they said it's asur to keep Shabbat, and it's asur to do Milah, and it's asur to do Kiddush HaChodesh, and don't bring Korban HaTamid, and other don't take your doors off your houses, and write on Keren HaShor, you write all these different apikosut that they tried getting inside our house. Would just be like us, be regular people. Why do you have to have these mitzvot? Who told them? Who told the Yevanim which mitzvot to attack? The Yevanim knew about them. They came from a different city completely. They came to seize the Yerushalayim without any pre-knowledge. The only thing they knew is that the Jewish nation doesn't serve Avodah Zarah. They don't follow this king's rulership. That's all they needed. But they had no idea. The Mityavnim, the Jewish people themselves, went and told the Yevanim. They told their ruler, the general over there, you know what? Take away this mitzvah. Take away this mitzvah. Take away Korban HaTamid. Take away Hadlakat Nerot. Take away all these mitzvot from them. Here too, and this has been throughout all the generations, it's someone from the Jewish nation themselves who knows exactly what's going on within the Jewish nation. And he was porek ol Torah. He just threw off of him the yoke of the Torah, and he became a porek upohez. He's the person. These people are the one who these people who are going and telling the government and telling them they don't care about us. They don't care what we do. Baruch Hashem, in the Jewish nation, there's a lot of successful businessmen, there's a lot of successful people. Baruch Hashem, ken yirbe v'chen yifrot. But there's a few misanaich u'me'arzaich mi'ma'aich yetzeu. There's a few reshaim, rekim u'pohazim that are running after, that are rodfim the rest of the Jewish nation. They had something went wrong in their head, and they decided to go off the derech to lilachem, and not only that, became anti in order to go file a lawsuit against some government officials about how they neglect the education in the Jewish schools. Chalila v'chas. Those Reshaim are like the Mityavnim. But this reminds us of something. This reminds us of Chanukah. On Chanukah there were Hashmonaim, there were some tzaddikim in Yahadut that fought for it. And of course, today we have tzaddikim, we have people, Agudat Israel, and others that are Torah Mesorah, that are fighting and trying to make sure that Torah lo tishakach miYisrael, that the Torah shouldn't be forgotten from Klal Yisrael, that the next generation, our children, should be able to grow up with a proper Jewish education and not have their heads filled with 8 hours. And even this group of people that filed this lawsuit in order to try to get more English studies into the yeshivot, they themselves said, this is too much, 8 hours. We never intended that. We thought 3-4 hours. You don't realize that when you wake up, you try poking the bear, it's not just for a little snack. He wakes up hungry. Try waking up the Rashaim, the Goyim, the Sun'im of Klal Yisrael. When they're quiet, when they're sleeping, leave them alone. But when you wake them up, we're still in Galut. They're going to try to attack us with everything they got. The Zohar HaKadosh asks a very popular and known question. Why do we only refer to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah? Why do we only refer to them as the Avot? Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak Avinu, Sarah Imenu, Rivka Imenu, Rachel Imenu. Why do we only refer to them as Avot and Imahot, as fathers and mothers, forefathers? What about Adam HaRishon? He was the first person to be created in the world. He's the father of all living. How about Noach? Noach, after the Mabul, was the sole person. Him and his children continued the rest of the world. Why specifically Avraham Avinu? Now, this answer doesn't come to undermine Chas v'Chalila Adam HaRishon. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created him. Adam HaRishon, Noach, HaKadosh Baruch Hu selected him of an entire generation to continue civilization, to continue the world, and he was the father of the whole world. Everybody's around because of Noach, who was ish tzaddik, tamim haya bedorotav. Chas v'chalil, we're not coming to undermine them. But the Zohar HaKadosh says, let's look at what they brought into the world. Adam HaRishon brought death into the world. He sinned, and he brought death into the world. Noach, what did he do? The Zohar says he only brought life. Eat and drink and do whatever it is, because tomorrow you will die. That's the life. The rest of the world, besides for the Yehudim, that's how they live. They're all called Bnei Noach. They're all called the children of Noach. But Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, they worried about their children. They fought to teach Torah, to spread. They weren't only to themselves. Yes, I'm a tzaddik to myself. They made sure to spread it. And that's why you call them Abba and an Ima. A father and a mother is somebody who takes the Kadosh Baruch Hu that they were taught and they transfer it over to the next generation. That's what we're doing as parents now. We're trying to fight for the title Abba and Ima, that we're trying to look for how we're going to transfer that next generation and bring them up ala Torah, v'ala mitzvot, v'ala avodah. Yaakov Avinu, in this past week's parashat Vayigash, Yaakov Avinu was heading towards Mitzrayim because Yosef called him down to Mitzrayim. Hashem told him go down to Mitzrayim. What is the first thing that he does? He sent Yehuda ahead. Yehuda, make sure we have a yeshiva. Why? We're going into Galut. We need to have, into a new city, we need to make sure there's yeshiva and batei knesiyot. We need to have a place that we can study Torah, otherwise we're going to be lost in Galut. Also over here, by us too we're going to be lost in Galut. But Rabotai, I don't think this is enough. To fight the state officials and to fight them, I don't think this is enough. Mechila, from all the Rabbanim, I didn't hear anybody say this. Maybe I'm sure Rabbanim, I'm not in all the batei knesiyot, but I'm sure the Rabbanim spoke about this. Rabotai, if we ourselves will not be mitchazek in Torah and limud Torah and mitzvot ourselves as parents, so what if you work at home, you have a long day, so now it's time to sit on the couch and binge watch an entire series, and then on Shabbat by the Kiddush, and Shabbat by your friends, we talk about what the last series we watched. The last thing, instead of them sitting on Shabbat table and opening up a sefer and telling our children stories about Talmidei Chachamim Tzadikim from the previous generations and from this generation so we can learn from them, instead of going to Bet Midrash at night, if you're in an out-of-town community or in an in-town community, to the local kollel, find the chavruta, sit down and learn. Find the shiur, sit down and learn Torah. Find not only Daf Yomi. Daf Yomi is an important thing, but how has Daf Yomi changed your life, changed who you are? Learn a little bit you, learn a little bit halakha. To know exactly the Hilchot Shabbat, Hilchot Basar and Chalav, Hilchot Choshen Mishpat. Monetary law, Rabotai, Gezel Akum is midoraita, stealing from a goy is asur from the Torah. People think it's mutar. What about studying some Torah to change our own lives, some musar, and then coming home and teaching our children that? On Shabbat, taking a story, telling them about tzaddik, opening up and telling them musar from the parasha. And on top of that, last week's parasha, Yosef, according to one opinion, almost sinned with Eshet Potifar. What stood in the eyes of Yosef? Demuti ukno shel aviv. When our children look up at us, what are they going to say? When they are about to go through some sort of struggle, what are they going to do? They have to see our Demuti ukno. They have to see the face of their parent. What are they going to see? The parent who's sitting on a couch. What are they going to see? A parent who's not haredi dvar Hashem. So you're fighting for the school. Rabotai, without tefillah and Torah, there's no way we're going to win this battle. Let's be mitchazek in Torah and mitzvot. Everybody should not forget, we learned in yeshiva. What's the point of learning in yeshiva? So that today when we're an adult, we're going to continue learning Torah. Rabotai, let's not forget that. Bezrat Hashem, שנזכה בביאת משיח צדקנו במהרה בימינו, אמן.